Welcome everybody to the first Nashville Rockin' Pod Expo Celebrity Roast. We've got a lot of great guests lined up for you tonight. We're going to get the evening started off with a couple of special people I believe a lot of you know out there. I'm talking about Doc McGhee and Paul Stanley. Thank you.
I'm Paul Stanley.
And I'm Doc McGhee.
People, I'd like to say it's an honor to be here, but I only agreed to this to take a gig away from Eddie Trunk. Oh, yeah! Looking out and seeing the faces of the top podcasters in the world, I can truly say that I'm grateful I'll be leaving soon. Well, oh, yeah! You know, I was talking to some people backstage before, and they were telling me it's helpful to picture the audience naked when speaking in public. But if it's all right with you, I'd rather picture you wearing more clothes. Oh, yeah! That said, those of us in the world who have actual lives are very proud to see so many of you outside of your basements. Oh, yeah!
Hey, Paul, do you mind if I take a crack at this? I've always wanted to do a roast.
Doc McGhee, ladies and gentlemen. All right.
Thank you. Well, I gotta tell you, people, well done picking Millennium Hall. What, is this venue named after the last year somebody booked it? It must have been difficult to find a location within walking distance of a Piggly Wiggly and a salvage yard. Is this thing on? I got a question, too. Are those hookers or valet attendants outside? No, seriously, I need to know because I handed the one with the mustache and face herpes my keys.
Let me step in here, Doc. You're kind of killing the vibe here. Read the room.
I'm sorry, maybe there's a reason I work off stage. Continue, Paul, you're the star.
Never in history has this much useless knowledge been in one room. You all know a lot of facts, people. Too bad it's kids' facts. Oh, yeah! Julian Gill from KISS FAQ, people. Julian, I gotta tell you, anytime someone asks me why I never leave my cabin on the KISS cruise, I just have them read the message board on KISS FAQ. Oh, yeah! Seriously, you guys are terrified. And speaking of people making a career out of talking about me, three sides of the coin, people. Looking at Mark Cicchini, it's more like three sides with every meal. Am I right? And what exactly is Tommy's role on the show? Earbud model? That guy chimes in less than the doorbell at Branfol's house. Get it? You got no friends, Michael. Oh, yeah! Three sides of the coin. The #1 KISS podcast. Your family must be so proud. Being the #1 KISS podcast is a lot like being the best-selling Amish rapper. Oh, yeah! Or maybe the best-looking man at a podcast expo.
Hey, Paul, you're killing it. You mind if I take another round?
Doc McGhee, well, oh, yeah!
Give it up for Chris Sinzak from Decibel Geek, the world's leading authority on Vinnie Vincent. You know, that's like being the world's authority on GoBots. No one cares. How did you end up picking Vinnie anyway? Was Local H taken? Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. That's covered by your co-host, Aaron Camaro. You know, Aaron, you do know this isn't a headbands and sunglass expo, right? Two types of people wear sunglasses inside. Blind people and assholes. Sorry, I take that back, Aaron. I got my notes screwed up. I didn't mean to call you an asshole. That term is reserved exclusively for Billy Hardaway. Everyone, Josh Toomey of the Talk To Me podcast is here tonight. Give it up! I do have one question, Josh. If you're here, who's interviewing the drummer from the Cottonmouth Kings this week? Now, Josh, you do know you can turn down interviews, right? You know, eventually you're gonna hit rock bottom and end up having one of the hosts from Cobras and Fire on your show. Speaking of that show, have you ever heard of Cobras and Fire? Me either. I do know that one of the hosts is named Loose Cannon. If you ever met him, he's the one whose face you want to punch. What came first, Loose? The word smug or you? What a dumb fucking stage name. Was Loose Bowels already taken? You should have picked that, as everything that comes out of you is shit.
I agree, Doc. I almost felt bad for his co-host, Baco, and then I met him. Oh, yeah. At least his band recommendations will help you decide what not to buy. Among the many things I will take away from this Rockin' Pod Expo, people, is that I can now tell my friends and family that I, Paul Stanley, was once in the same room as Baco. People, is there a word that means the opposite of name dropping? Oh, yeah! Before I go, there's just something I'd like to say to all of you. Get a life. Get some exercise. Maybe take a shower once in a while. And that HR woman at your work, well, she was just being polite when she said she liked your kiss tie. She doesn't really care that the girl from Sons of Anarchy sang on Gene's solo album. Your office doesn't have a water cooler, people. It has a tank of tears from how sad you are. Thanks for all your money. Shop Kiss Online. And fuck you, Eddie Trump.